spawning in the bottom left now of Blackburn in the blue for Kites of Gaming. Give it up, folks. It's Solar. His opponent driving the state of this matchup forward for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Hero. And make no mistake about it, Hero is doing really cool things with PvZ. In fact, you talk to multiple Pro Dust players, you talk to Lambo, or pro players, not just Pro Dust players, you talk to Lambo, we just watch Hero play, and it's clear. The style that Hero is pushing forward, and it's not totally clean just yet, he does make mistakes, he does throw games, but the style that he is innovating upon, and creators kind of doing it as well, is forcing Pro Dust players to get better. I think that is very true. We had the meta of 2 Stargate Void Array, and it was so good that it's like, why do you do anything else? You know, maybe for 5% more performance, you have to put out 50% more effort. And that's not a good calculus. But now, with shield batteries nerfed aggressively, which doesn't really matter here, but nerfed defensively, you want to drop shield batteries before the base. But most importantly, with Void Array build time and cost nerfed, suddenly you have an incentive to not just rush a couple voids and say, I'm going to be fine, or I'm not. But one way or the other, something happens. The game is decided. And certainly on LAN, it did feel like that Void Array style was even better. Void Arrays are surprisingly difficult to micro in terms of you have to keep them constantly moving and staying out of range and dodging battles and things. And we've seen a lot of pro players, Pro Dust, actually lose, most likely just due to the enhanced lag of the online environment. I mean, there's not much you can do about it. It's just how it goes. And maybe in terms of a ping differential, because we never truly do have 0 ping offline. I guess the closest we could get would be maybe Red Bull Battlegrounds DC, because the Blizzard US East server is in Arlington, which is right there. I mean, Arlington might as well be part of DC. But anyway, Solar in this game, Stargate opener, that should not surprise anyone. The Hero style right now is you open Stargate, you get 3 oracles, 2 are aggressive, 1 stays at home to defend your third base, because you're still trying to get a decently timed third base before, say, 4:30. I think it's really even a 4:15, I forget. Then you go into Blink. You get a lot of Blink Stalkers, and even before your Blink is done, you start to get very active on the map. You start to play suppression tactics, as I think maybe Pig has termed it. Someone. Anyway, it's a great term. You play suppression tactics. You, with the oracles, with these Stalkers, and eventually with these Blink Stalkers with the +1, you go and you make it so hard for the Zerg to get comfortable. You trade as aggressively as you can. You kill as much as you can without really losing too much, because again, you do have Blink Stalkers. They're super mobile. And then you never let the Zerg get to 74 workers. You never let them go and max out on Roach Ravager Ling Bane or Ravager Ling Bane or whatever it is. And then eventually you just snowball on through. It is a super execution heavy style. There's a reason that maybe some Pro Dust are not happy about it necessarily, as one Ling is going to try to deny this third base, but it's really not going to do. Well, maybe 4 will, but there's Oracle, there's a Stalker, there's an Adept. These Lings will not be able to deny that one probe getting away, and the Overlord does survive even still. That's it. It feels like that Overlord should just be a gimme death, but the Lings showing up at the proper timing have in fact meant that Hero is not able to kill that Overlord, not able to deny. I lied, never mind. I thought he was in a safe spot. He did too, but he's not quite. But anyway, folks, 2 oracles are now done. Third one is again, it's going to stay home defending this third base from Ling Swells. And Hero, he had 3 oracles there. He could have gotten those queens. The queens did not have a lot of energy. And that was how Hero actually started playing this style. It was very much I'm going to not even worry about drones necessarily. I'm going to snipe your queens. And he will. Oh, interesting. This is a bit of a deviation from the game plan. But I guess maybe part of it is he's just maybe seen how many queens there are on the map. But he's going to bring all 3 oracles on the other side of the map now, which means that's a dead queen. It's just going to get nuked down here pretty quickly. Even with transfuse, it's just dead. And the oracles, they're still happy, so they're going to dive into the mineral line now. Spore says nuts to that. You're not really allowed to move in here. But these oracles, all 3 of them, Hero has spread the damage pretty damn equally, which means that they're going to get their shields back up. They're going to be ready to go again. But also Solar has realized that because the oracles are on the other side of the map, Lings can run by, maybe make something happen. But force fields are going to be nice for right now. And even the tickle beams, other sentries are going to be good enough to keep heroes safe. So where are we right now? What has died in this game? What is the game state? Well, it's a queen. Maybe 9 lings, but we can almost consider those free because it's not a significant commitment. Is the queen going down? That is the biggest of deals. And eventually hero wants to kill around 5 or 6 workers. More is nice, but 5 or 6 is, getting a second queen is pretty worthwhile, but queens arrive in time. Even still, transfuses are not enough. Oracles still stay alive because if you have 3 of them, you can cycle your aggro, you can cycle the health a lot better. And now that's 2 queens dead. 300 minerals down the drain, creep spread down the drain, injects down the drain, transfuses already spent. And this keeps heroes safe because the creep highway will not walk as fast. We can't, any sort of queen walk, something like that, or queen drop really, because you do need creep now for transfuse, is going to be less powerful as 2 are dead. It's only 5 on the map. And this forces Solar into a more mid-game setup. Hydroden coming down. This could be for Roach Hydra, but realistically, he's probably going to go for a quick lurker timing. And there's going to be Colossus out of the map by the time that any Hydras are out in force. Ling's just running by this paltry army of hero, but they're going to get enough Lings that this 4th base is not going to get broken. It's going to get scouted, sure, and we probably will see some Ravagers, maybe some Hydras sit behind that. But by the time that happens, extended Thermal Lance will be done. Oh, wait, Lings rotate back on over. Ooh. Hero maybe taking that one for granted, but great force fields are going to kill the Lings anyways, so Lings do trade their lives, but they did deny. They did kill a shield battery, and they've denied some more. So that's that. And also, we should point out, Hero is no longer playing a perfect game. That's the big deal there. He had not lost a single bit of anything until he did lose that shield battery. But anyway, Oracle is now looking for a scout. They're going to see that actually, okay, though this is going to be some sort of Roach Hydra, probably Roach Hydra Viper setup. And we got to remember, folks, as much as I've been just singing the praises of Hero this entire game, because I think this style is really cool as Oracles stay alive, Hive is the ultimate answer to the Colossus style, or to any sort of Robo style. You abduct any sort of Robo unit, it goes down, it takes out so much really power from that army, it does become a problem. And we're also not really seeing Hero play the suppression style as much as I was talking about at the start of the game. He did not hit hard with that blink +1 blink stalker timing. Instead, he's letting the Oracles do the talking for him, or do the pressure for him, and moving on up to a +2 blink stalker Colossus timing. Now, of course, with the Oracles, with the Revelation here, he can run forward, he can trade off, kill a Roach, and now say, hey, yeah, come on to the high ground, bud. There are stasis traps, there are 2 Colossus. You don't really want to do that one. With a Lurker Den on the way, though, I do feel like I want to see some level of A, Disruptor transition, or B, Skytoss transition, and because Hive is just about done, it should be a Skytoss transition. But it will be double Disruptor right now as finally the first real unit that Hero has lost in this game. It goes down, the Oracle does fall, and this is Hero's big problem. I don't know what it is, folks, but this is just something Hero does. It is his big mistake. It is how he loses every single PvZ. He just leaves the wall open, and it is a problem. Now he's going to find his way onto the other side of the map here. Colossus on the high ground. Stalkers blink forward with their +2 done. Actually, this is not even a +2 timing. It's just Hero saying, okay, Ling's on the other side of the map. I saw that the Hive is just about done here. I don't want to give you time for that one, so he's going to find his way in. A Viper takes 50% damage, but it doesn't have energy yet, so it doesn't really matter. Lurkers are here, though, and Lurkers are scary, so we will see the gold base go down. Hero's going to back up onto the high ground position here, blinking forward on top of so many Overlords, in fact. Solar heinously supply blocked, and that is a bit of a problem because these Colossus, they're doing a great job, and we do not have Seismic Spines done just yet. Disruptor shots on so many Lurkers. Oh, man. Hero goes bowl, and he comes up strikes or comes up aces. So I don't know. I don't bowl. But he certainly gets everything he could want here, rotating on over to where the base was. But Vipers, they have their energy now. 1 Colossus falls. We're going to see abducts on the 2nd Colossus. Disruptors, well, is there enough energy for that? Yes, there is. Disruptors fall, but Hero, he's got a concave here. Disruptor shot is going to be, oh man, abducted at the last second, but Hero, he hit his timing just a little bit too late, and now all the tech of this army is going down. He's been surrounded. This does not feel good for our Dragon Phoenix Zerg, and yes, the stasis trap is doing something. It is keeping Hero alive in this game, but resources lost in favor of the Zerg. Well, and Zerg's been up bases for the most part. More Disruptors hit the field. How many Vipers do we have? We still have 2. And I don't know, Blink Stalker Disruptor against a lot of Vipers, even just 2 Vipers. You can store what, two I think it's 2 abducts in each bad boy, so it is a bit of a problem. But Solar now, his economy is going to get found out here. Stalker's blowing forward, Zealot's getting on top of things, and Disruptor's looking to oh my goodness, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Actually, great job there from Hero from actually Solar with the splits, but he's going to knock his opponent down to 3 bases. And yes, Lurkers are scary, but they're not enough of them to defend every position just yet, because folks, there are charge slots in the natural. There are, well, actually nothing in the third. Those are changelings, but it is a 3-base Zerg now against a 5-base Protoss, and it is just Hydras that rotate over to defend the main base. +2 charge slots against +1 Hydras. Oh, you take that trade every single day of the week. Now these adepts in the natural are kind of Dunskies. They're dead. The Lurker will eventually deal with them as a good abduct there on the Warp Prism. You can knock down the rest of these Zealots, but Hero, it felt like his timing was done. Absolutely gone. Oh, that was a lot of Stalkers dying right there. And of course, it does take 2 Disruptors to kill a Lurker. But oh, good stasis trap right there. The Lurkers are really not where it needs to be. So if Hero had not just sacrificed all of his Stalkers on the altar of trying to get a good Disruptor shot, he could have been able to blink forward, knock down some of those Vipers, and then, well, his army is just better. But he can't do that because he just lost a lot of Stalkers. Now Disruptor shot's going to run in. It looks like we have 2 Abduct remaining. Great Disruptor shots, knocking down the low Lurkers. Now with only 4 of them here, it's getting a little more complicated for Solar. We got to point out, though, Hero's on 91 probes. A lot of this supply lead that he has is the fact that he's in 91 probes, which is a lot of probes. He really, and in general, this style plays like a Zerg. Disruptor shots onto every single little bit of everything. And at the end of the day, decent abducts, but the Stalkers actually just did not have enough energy. So Hero gets a decent trade. Now he's got inside track. He's going to knock down so many Overlords, but it looks like he says now time to move inside a little bit further. Zealots, they charge on top of the Lings that actually have no upgrades, but the Lurkers are doing a good enough job to keep them safe for now. Now Stalkers in the high ground. Lurkers are going to burrow. 1 goes down. Now there's only 1 defending things here. Now the Stalker in the main base. It's just going to get the Lurker in. Okay, that's a fantastic choice. No more Lurkers in the game. But we don't have any detection with this army. It does not matter. Hero found the inside track. He found the tech. He found enough economic damage. And that was game 1. Hero takes it. My God. As to why we have the Genesis Gaming logo next to Solar's name, I'm just using the logos mod that has been provided for DreamHack, because I was producing stuff all week, and it gives me the EPT logo in the middle of the map, and that really is all that matters in terms of this logos mod for any other. But someone must have clicked something as a player, and because that player does not exist in this, whatever they used, defaults to art. Because Solar is not a player in this logos mod. He's just not there. So Solar is not art. But art is alphanumerically, I believe, the highest named player. Astrea would be AS. So that's what it defaulted to. Fantastic. Well done. Anyways, in this game, Hero, it's a bit less, it's a bit more prescribed map. All right, Blackburn has so much width that you can play with. But Blackburn really has like 2 attack paths. Depending on where you go, I mean, yeah, there's a third on the outside, but really you just have 2 ways you attack into. And that means that we're not going to see I think we're going to see more like straight up aggression coming in from Hero. I don't know, that's my read. It's going to be interesting to see, because every time I get to cast Hero, specifically every time I get to see him cast a PVZ, he has a slight twist in how he wants to play the game. Like, for example, we're going to see something similar in this game to what we saw Neeb do to Gumiho game 2. Right? Where you go quick robo, but it's not like for a blink all in. Not necessarily. It's just you have a couple gateways that you're going to get anyways. You just speed up your row slightly, and then you put pressure on with the gateway units and a warp prism. And it's like, okay, this is weird. But it's all about, we talked about it last game, all about establishing tempo on the map, making it hard for the Zerg to ever be comfortable. Now, downside of this is you can't kill off the Overlord as easily, and that is something. At least that's what Hero's been doing recently, and that's kind of what I think he's going to do. We're going to have to see. I mean, maybe he does add a couple gateways and go all in, but for now, that Robo being as quick as it is does tell me that he does want to... Yeah, there's the quick warp prism. And we know we can look at this right now and we say, okay, it's not really going to sync up with any sort of twilight timing. And actually, the Ling is not going to get the scout out of this. Right? Yeah, no scout. Just sees the gas counts. So Warp Prism on the way, additional gateways. Yeah, okay, yeah. So 3 more gateways on the way, so it's going to be 4 gate into glaives. There we go. But with the Warp Prism being out this early, it does allow Hero to put pressure on before the glaives start to happen. So we're going to have to see right now. We're going to see an Overlord go down. There we go. Hero Solar, though, he does scout the Warp Prism, and he says, okay, that's something. That's some pressure on the map. What exactly is it going to be? Of course, 4-gate glaive, it hits right around 430, 445. And that is a timing that Solar knows. He says, okay, I need my 4-minute Roach Warren, or 345 Roach Warren. I can't go the greedy 5-minute Roach Warren, whatever. I know maybe I need spores on the off chance it's DT play afterwards, but I can delay my spores a good deal. But he's not really reacting to it. Well, okay, there we go. Roach Warren is on the way. 415 is good enough. And as the depths warp in here, I'm somewhat surprised to have not seen Hero put more pressure on the map. In fact, that Adept will fall. But I guess he's just going to wait for that timing anyways. As glaives are on the way. But now, here are 5 Adepts. They do not have glaives. And it looks like a couple Adepts warping at home to keep this 3rd base alive. They should be able to do so, but Adepts finding their way on into the main base right here. And they're going to rotate over to the 3rd because there's not a lot of army here. In fact, yeah, this is something that Hero does, and really no other Zerg or no other Protoss focuses on, as that Queen does stay alive for now. With this timing, he actually just tries to kill army. It's weird. You would think that, oh, well, the focus should be on the economy, right? That is how this build has worked before, but we see him be a little bit less committal. He does the 3rd base much faster, although it actually looks like it did get canceled this game. That's unfortunate. And wasn't killed, right? Yeah, just canceled. And then you just try to kill the army so Solar can't swing across. And maybe eventually you do find some economic damage on the backside. But again, the entire point of it is killing the army. It's suppression tactics in a different way. It's a weird way to do it, but it is certainly something that has been working out here. As the Adepts shade in, they're going to find a lot of Lings, and the Warp Prism's right there, so it's going to be able to warp in 4 more Adepts. All the Lings are pretty much dead. It is just Roaches at this point. They're going to rotate over to a high-energy Queen, and it is just going to be transfused, stay alive, but that is the only transfuse that is in that Queen army. And Adepts, okay, they will not cancel their shade. They're going to find a Queen on the right side. And again, we're going to focus on this because this is just what Hero does. He places such a bounty on killing Queens. It is more than I've ever seen any Protoss player do, but there's a reason for it. I mean, Queen's leverage, Queen's anchor every component of the Zerg early game. To the point where you say, oh, someone says we should nerf Queens, and the Zerg response always is, well, how would Zerg survive? You need that anti-air, you need that anti-ground, you need that map control. But if you kill them all, or you kill a couple, in this case, there's only been 1. Kind of unfortunate. Hero has not been able to find the value that he's looking for just yet, but Adepts find their way into the main base, and again, good drone pull, but this is maybe going to be what he wants. Hero finds his way into the natural. There's actually no army here. All the drones are here, and this is where it gets ugly, folks. 13 workers have gone down. Warp Prism keeps these Adepts alive. Adepts into the 3rd base as well. Looks like they're going to get cleaned up, but now 13 workers are dead. And now Hero has the worker lead, and because he's been not sacrificing the Adepts right now, because he's been actively trading with army a little bit, his army supply is not all that far behind the Zergs. He has his 3rd base up. He has 2 Immortals here. And he's really just going to be happy with the game state. We're not looking at one of these games where the Zerg is just losing economy and not losing any army, and then they run across the map with a 50 supply lead. And it's like, hey, good luck. Good luck, Hero. Good luck, Protoss in general. You're not going to win. But more Roaches on the way as Hero takes his 4th base, and we're talking about how Heroes very much live by the YOLO, die by the YOLO. He can also very much die by being too economically aggressive. So we're gonna have to see whether this 4th base is just a little bit too much. But by the time Solar chooses to run out on the map, it looks like he's being rather defensive here. Blink is gonna be done. +1 is gonna be done. Blink Stalkers are fantastic against this Roach Ravager composition. You really do need the Lings to buffer that, and that is what makes Adepts so gosh darn good. But you got to be careful. Oh, okay, it's going to be okay. Adepts do complete that shade. They get a scout of where the army of Solar is. And of course, the Observer is a fantastic benefit to that one as well. As the shades run forward, is he gonna commit to this? Okay, yeah, so these Adepts are just going to try to knock down reinforcements, but that is actually just sacrificing a lot of Adepts. He just doesn't have the critical mass to really kill these roaches as well as he would like, but here comes the army of Solar up through the middle of the map. 3 Immortals, there are some shield batteries, Blink Stalkers all with +1. This is a world where Hero holds, but it's not easy just yet. He needs to start trading extremely efficiently. Shield battery overcharge, nice for now. The roaches, though, they say, yeah, okay, shield battery, the 3rd, that's fine. Let me punch in through the natural. But 2 disruptors are on the way, and roaches, ravagers, off creep is a scary thing indeed when we talk about disruptors here. Losing the cyber is a problem because you do need the Blink Stalkers, but the the disruptor number 1 is done. Probes are going to get pulled here. Biles land on top of a lot of this, but what is that? Disruptor coming in from the right side here. Boom, boom, boom. It goes down. Probes, 7 of them have fallen, but this is just not working for Solar anymore. The rest of the army is dead. Solar gives us the single G. And Hero 2-0 moves on to the finals.